Look at this. How do we tackle this question? The question is actually on energy change in chemical reaction or energetics. It says the delta H value for the reaction A plus B to yield C plus D represented in the above graph is, what is the delta H value? Now, delta H means enthalpy change. Enthalpy change. Enthalpy change can mean heat change during the reaction. The heat change during this reaction. So the question is saying the heat change during this reaction is what? Now, if you study this diagram, you will see that the heat change is positive. There are two kinds of diagram you can see in heat change. These two types. This line represents the heat of the reactants. Now, when the heat of the reactant increases and reaches a maximum value and decreases, it produces heat of the product. This is heat of the reactant. This is heat of the product. Here, this is the heat of the reactant. This vertical line, it reaches a maximum value and falls. This is the heat of the product. What is the difference between these two? The heat change here is equal to heat of the product minus heat of the reactant. Here you will see that heat of the product is lower than heat of the reactant. Therefore, the heat change is going to be negative. Here, heat of the product is higher than the heat of the reactants. Therefore, the enthalpy change HP minus HR is going to be positive. So, having known this, we now come back to the question and ask ourselves, the heat change, is it positive or negative? Look at it. It's from here to here. This is the heat change, the heat of the reactant. And this is the heat of the product. Now, the heat of the product is higher than the heat of the reactant. Therefore, it's going to be positive. Therefore, the answer must be positive. Those ones having negative sign should be annulled. And we focus on this positive. Now, the formula is actually heat change equals to heat of the product minus heat of the reactant. The heat of the reactant is 100 here. Heat of the reactant is 100. Heat of the product, if you trace it to the energy axis, you see that it is 150. So, heat change or enthalpy change is 150 minus 100. 150 for the product, 100 for the reactant. If you do your subtraction, you will get 50. And that 50 will be plus 50 kilojoules per mole. And if you check the option, the answer is C. I hope you got value. If you did, comment, like, and share this video so that the students that need it for their exams will get to see it. Have a nice day. Bye.